back.
Yep.
We're
back. We're gonna be playing a security tape, and Mac is gonna be looking at the security tape and look for some weird things.
Something out the ordinaire.
Yep.
And the old derriere. My name is Cher. Sonny and Cher.
I sure.
Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright.
Fuck you, Emma.
It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video.
Okay.
Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Alright. I can do this. Come on, you stupid ass Mike.
Don't mess with that stuff. That's stuff that I don't want you to mess with.
With what stuff? This? I'm not
Yes.
gonna mess with that.
Yeah, but because I haven't said it in this. Please don't play it too many times! I can't stand watching this video!
How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is a contradiction that indicates the man may have... God,
May-
Mr. May have... I didn't even get to read
May
it.
not be detected. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get time to read it. What the fuck? I didn't even click it. It just skipped right through.
Right.
Okay.
Because you gotta be on your toes when these lines come up. You can press square to rewind. The typical triangle to represent. Circle is to pause.
Okay.
You can pause and then go like backwards, like rewind.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, you could go fast forward and then rewind while paused. So you can unpause and fast forward it faster. And then fast forward. Now one button.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. The thing that's strange about this video would have to be this. Yeah, bullshit. Hold on a second. I need to use my eye drops. Fuck me. No, I don't. Fuck you. Okay, I get it. Oh my god.
Before you guys continue, maybe perhaps you should think this through again, hmm?
Yeah, no shit. Now what do I do?
Play the video again.
Alright.
I'll tell you it's quite early.
Very well, let's try this again. Alright.
Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt. That was the one pointing his finger at us.
I'm gonna play the security tape, Mr. Wright. Please show us the country you speak of. Okay, get it. Let's get to it. Come on, let's get to it.
Please don't play it!
Shut up. We got how to get a police officer down this right. Please line up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, come on. All right.
I will tell you, you would not be able to see his face.
Right.
His face is not shown at all. You can unpause it by clicking circle.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you destroyed everything.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, I'll tell you missed it.
Yep. Okay. Let's
So, rewind is square.
square.
Unpause it and you can rewind faster. Alright, play it.
Okay. Alright, let's see here.
I think you can hold down the button and go a bit faster. Yeah. And then you can pause it like whenever. And then go with the button.
Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, so... Oh man. So I've already missed it. Glove falls out.
Yep.
Okay. Glove falls out. This person has a glove on their right hand.
Yeah, he's wearing gloves right now.
The glove we found, was it a left-handed glove or a right-handed glove?
That is not. That's the SL9 glove. That's not like the glove that we found wasn't like
evidence.
Yeah.
Glove. Right. Okay. Okay. So I've already missed it.
You can still point it out at this time.
What is it about it? What is it about it to prove that this isn't Goodman?
Or at least prove the possibility that it's not Goodman.
Well, wait a minute. If the glove is on his hand, then the fingerprint wasn't used to open it. Because they're wearing a glove.
Okay, so which also means if it didn't use the fingerprint to open it, then why did it open?
It's probably already open.
How can you prove that?
Okay, so I noticed above each of these is a light, right?
Yes.
And this one looks like it's lit.
Yeah, it's lit because it's open right now.
Because it's open already.
So
I can go back
yeah.
And show that before they open it, the light is on. Even before he arrives. Like,
yeah, you can hold the button down.
Go back.
And then press up.
Boom. I can present that.
Yep, okay. Very well done, Mackie.
The thing that's strange about this video
I can put your headphones on.
has gotta be this!
Blue Badger theme's over.
Just fucking hurts. Officer Meekins.
Sir! You mean me, sir?
As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. Fuck this music. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint.
If it's a match.
The light turns on, and the lock is released. Whoa, 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 whoa!
You just skipped the line!
I did not!
And if it matches, you didn't read that part.
How did that happen?
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir!
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture.
Ow.
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker... Let's rewind to a little earlier.
Boop, 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 boop. You're literally going to sleep and hear this music.
I know, dude. Here! Notice the light? What's this? It's already lit!
That's right, Your Honor. It's super lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle!
Ah!
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes! Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor. Yeah, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Maybe something like jam the system sensor.
Something jam the sensor. Say
Great.
there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. So the glove jammed the sensor.
If you think I didn't, present the glove when it shows.
The locker wasn't locked, Mr. Wright. Please point out the consequences.
Let's beat the pause, by the way. Nope, not yet. Maybe? No, you gotta rewind it a bit.
Fuck me.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
Now did we?
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But sir, it's my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car doors, sir.
You can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted?
Hot.
This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand now, sir! It's just like my tie! 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir! Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me!
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would also have to block electronical circuits, currents.
That was damn embarrassing. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself for that shit.
No. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description.
But insulator? You don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the door? I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. If this is not so... Is this not so, Officer Meekins?
Sir! It would appear so, sir!
So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman.
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir! Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh! You mean that, sir? Of course, sir!
Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony.
There's one other thing that proves that the man was Detective Goodman, sir. The rest of the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used this card!
An ID card record, I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Holy shit.
Goodbye, Your Honor. It was nice knowing you.
Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transfer there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right! I see! Now let us move on to the cross-examination!
There's one other thing that proves that man was Detective Goodman, sir. You actual, like...
Damn it, what is wrong with me? Damn it.
Hold it!
So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you?
Yes, sir! Solid as stone, sir! If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give V for victory sign, sir! Didn't you just use that hand for that?
Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second.
If they entered the evidence room, one must use their ID card.
Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards?
Yes, sir. It's got right next to my cup, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said that 2 out of 3 times my tag gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me.
Maybe I should just leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony.
An ID card is used. There's a record of it.
Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here.
So it is, Your Honor. Not that prosecutor again!
Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, he could hide the evidence.
Shh! Don't stare at him!
You got the wrong color, kid. What?
You got those go by automatically! Skip the line, you fucking dumbass.
It would seem the Inquiry Committee will want to speak with you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. Must be so difficult for him. Ow, I hurt my foot. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir! He didn't show me any ID card, sir!
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
Maybe he's just panicked!
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show him what we've got. Alright, what are you contradicting? In the evidence room, one must have their ID card. When an ID card is used as a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. So what do you think? Oh yeah, it is something.
Okay, so. Alright, so obviously not that. It's either this, this, yeah, it's this, or this. So, I mean, like, yeah, the detective's ID card could have been used at that time, but that doesn't mean that he's the one who used it.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because all you have to do is swipe it.
Yeah, but how does that prove that it wasn't the detective that did it?
It doesn't prove it.
Everybody can swipe the card. Investigator card found at the prosecutor's office crime scene.
Okay. Okay.
No need to overthink this. This is actually quite obvious.
Okay, so there's a contradiction.
Well, yeah, it's a testimony.
Alright.
Like in every testimony, there's a contradiction.
So in the other room, one must use their ID card.
Yep.
There's a record of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have the record here.
No, that's not the record. That's a lost item avoid.
We have the record here.
Yep.
But we don't have. I mean, it says every time there's a record of it, but we don't know who entered a 420.
Well, no, but
it's anonymous, right?
It's anonymous right now. We don't know who that is. Okay. But it shows that Bruce Goodman did enter the evidence room
at the time of the murder.
Yeah.
But we don't see him get murdered in there. Right? Simple as that. We don't. Well, I mean, I guess there's a fight, right? But that's the thing. We don't see him leave. Are we supposed to assume that he's like?
We literally just proved that that wasn't Detective Goodman.
Okay, right. So then, what the fuck is the question? What is there to contradict?
I am actually astonished. Okay, look at the testimony. You enter the evidence room, one must use your ID card. Okay.
Yes.
Next statement. When the ID card is used as a record of it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
That is also true. Okay, wait. So you're saying because... No, hold on. Wait, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
So you're saying it's as simple as because they found the ID card at the scene of the crime.
Yes.
He couldn't have used it.
He doesn't have his card.
Gotcha. Dude, I'm fucking tired. I am faded, bro.
It's okay.
I'm faded.
It's okay, but okay.
I'm melted.
It's alright. You're fine.
Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not so good at waiting, sir.
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office! Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something is to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! Does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo!
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes. What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is, well, like, I guess that's right.
There's something wrong, Mr. Wright. Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't gonna end well.
Well, seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth!
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place. At the police department, at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So
the real crime could have only taken place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lorna Scott, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Ah! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning! The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something whilst Lana.
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
In the next episode
Of Phoenix Wright, Attorney, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, smash the dislike button, leave a hate comment, and as always, stay moist, stay sexy, stay classy, Sandy. There you go.
Yum.